Hey YouTubers, Electric Adventures here, from a different setting. Yes, it's from the main lounge room, and there's two reasons for that. First reason is it's getting damn cold down here. It was like 5 degrees for quite a lot of the day today. I think it got up to all of 10 degrees at its peak, and it's already dropped. So it's after work now, and temperature started to drop, and it's quite cold. Plus, the item I'm about to go over is not a retro item. It is a brand new console, next generation. And as we pan in, with faster delivery than I expected, we have the Ouya. So I've already cut the edges of the box here, so I shall slip off that actually I've got a little tripod here. It's probably going to be a bit too close in. Put a bit of an angle. Okay, so you take off the box, and we have a little thank you for believing slip. And inside we have the controller. Oh no, I actually have seen another unboxing video from somebody else, and they said that these things were loose in the box. Well, it looks like they've been specifically taped down here, so that must have been an earlier problem listed in transit. The controller feels quite nice. Looks quite nice. The batteries go in those compartments there. And then we have the Ouya itself. It is seriously only about the size of a Rubik's Cube. I probably should have got something else to compare them, and you've got my hand size. On top, obviously still covered in plastic, we have the on-off switch, our access screws, because you can open it up. On this side is a listing of the people who pay that extra amount of money to get their name on the console themselves. We have our ports, which is a power, a micro USB, a Ethernet, a USB port, and a HDMI port. And the other side we've got nothing. And then on the bottom we have a fan and some feet. So it's absolutely tiny. Weight, I mean, it has a bit of heft in it, but not too much. You know, it feels like you're definitely holding something. Now underneath here we have a power pack with yeah, definitely good. It's got the Australian plug in there, which is good. We have some batteries for the controller and a HDMI cord. Came with all this paperwork because of having the batteries in it. And in here is basically, I already know this from somebody else's unboxing, this is pretty much the getting started. And the rest of it is all disclaimer information. So we've got a couple of steps to go through there. And that's all that's in the box. So it's quite simple. But seriously, you know, it's a $100 console, so be interesting to see what it's like when we fire it up. So what I'll do, I'll hook it up to the TV. I'm going to use, although it's got Wi-Fi built into it, since I actually have a hub sitting right next to the TV there, so I'm going to wire it in with an Ethernet cable. I'll get all this plugged in and fired up on the TV, and we'll go through the first startup together. Okay, back again. Right, so once you're logged in, this is the what you see. So you can see Electric Adventures up there is my username. We have play, discover, make, manage. Let's go into each one of those. Play. So, well, fair enough. Let's go and discover. And see how long these take to come up. Now once again I have an Ethernet thing. Now the top of the control pad is a touch area. That's me moving that cursor now. So checkered is, interesting stuff, I suppose. And then you have staff picks. Fresh. I think it has to cache these, and then it's it's still taking a little while to come down, so yeah, so it's taking a little while to update. I'll just have a look at the title. So, a retro role-playing game. Got a few screenshots. You can scroll over. You can't seem to make the screenshots any bigger. Lots of different items. Let's have a look and stuff. It's here. Okay, it seems to have downloaded things. So, well, here we go. I mean, this is a racing game, and I reckon we'll have a look at the pinball game as well. And I believe we can set that to downloading like it is, and we can go and do other stuff while we're waiting. So it's downloading there. Let's go back and to see how it responds. I wouldn't mind the Pinball Arcade as well. It's one of my favourite titles on my Nexus tab. Some quite interesting ones. Saturday Morning RPG, Ice Rage, Zombies and Trains, all sorts of little train that could. Dub Wars, Dual Stick Retro. Well, there we go, we've got to have some of that too. And obviously the whole idea with Ouya is that the games initially download a trial version that you can play for a period of time. Ooh, Phoenix Revival, there we go. They should all be good to give us a bit of a sample. We don't really have a representative of every genre there. Got a bit shoot 'em up. I think we do have genres. FPS. I reckon we need at least one FPS on there. It is after work time here, so it's probably is affecting my internet speed as well. Beloved NBN, which is a fibre optic network, is only a couple of blocks away from me now, so hopefully I'll be able to get that installed soon. None of these games are particularly, I don't know them from their names, so okay, we'll go back. Now make, builds, software and news and things like that, so there's a bit of stuff going there, and manage would be settings, I would say, so notifications, network, compare or control the account and the actual system itself. Let's go and have a look at a couple of these things. Console information. Oh, I'll have to blur out some of that. Run system updates, advanced. So, you know, very Android type of stuff. Let's have a go and have a look at storage. So there's a fair bit available. So the growling sounds of my dog mucking around. Battery. Yeah, I wouldn't think so. There's obviously a bit of straight Android stuff that's still in there. Because I mean, at the end of the day, this has just got an Android build on it. Let's go and see if our games are downloaded. So we have Pinball Arcade and we have Phoenix Revival. Let's get Pinball Arcade installed. Now, the standard Android install, it's got to, you've got to agree to what they're allowed access to. We'll go straight into this. Right, now I do actually have a login. So what I'll do is I'll cut here while I log in, and then we'll come back shortly. Right, so here we go with Pinball Arcade. Hasn't downloaded my tables as yet. Oh, we'll fix that later. Okay, so we'll just try out this table and I'll fix up the table situation later.
In ancient Baghdad, a most beautiful princess
So,
imprisoned by the evil genie Salim.
So we use our bump buttons down the bottom for the flippers. Okay, trying to figure out how to shoot the ball. There we go.
Player 1.
So the left stick bumps the table.
Collect the jewel. Release the princess. Amazing.
Well, the controls are reasonably responsive.
Unleash the lamp.
Oops. Oh. Doesn't mean I'm going to be any good. I haven't actually played this table very much. Right, now I figured that out. You've got to actually flick the joystick forward to simulate the... Ah. Yeah, it might be a little... It's getting used to... There might be a little bit of delay.
The tale of the great camel race.
So it seems to be handling that sort of thing quite well. So let's quit out of there and go try another game. Okay, so it just took me a little bit to figure out how to get out of that one. Alright, we'll go with the Phoenix Revival next. Okay, endless mode. I said we're just having a quick look at these. So shoot and move. So it's a twin stick shooter. Right. So you have different things with shields. And so you need to avoid fire and getting overwhelmed here. I'm going to die soon. That's my shield. Now you can, there are emulators you can install on Android, of course, so I will be probably posting a second video once I've had a chance to download a few things and set them up on there. And it'll be, because I would love this console to be able to, be my inside the house on the big TV emulating solution. Power up sort of thing. Yeah, so pressing the controller sync button gets you out of a particular thing. So there are two we've played. Let's try flash out. So, here we go, let's give this a try. Let's go for a single race, very easy. So very wipeout-ish. Doesn't mean I'm going to be any good at it, of course. But it's testing the responsiveness of the controller. It's working quite well. Oops, missed that jump. Take it off, picked up some sort of a weapon. So it's showing off a reasonable bit of graphical grunt. I mean, I wouldn't call this up to the standard of, say, the PS3 version, really. Obviously, we do have weapons. I'm doing that well. Alright, but this is another, oop, too bad game, really. Lost my position. Alright, we might switch to another game now. You just hold the button down in the middle. say dub wars. I think this might have been another twin stick shooter. So start. So auto fire, move aim, very good. Collect this stuff, avoid the bad guys. Sounds fair enough to me. I'm pressing that button. It wasn't indicating anything. Okay, we move. Right, you've got to keep on pressing in the direction to fire. Yeah. I don't seem to be firing at the moment. Okay. Right, so if we go over the chips, we seem to grab some more stuff. Okay, I mean they're trying to do something different here, I suppose. Just a bit confusing. Yeah. Alright, well it's not too bad. So there's a bit of a preliminary look at the Ouya. Go back to our menu. And I'm sure there's lots more initial games to discover. I might check out that Final Fantasy and see what it's like. And set up my pinball properly and get the emulators installed on here and set it up with some ROMs and things like that. So just a quick look. I'm quite happy so far. More to explore and discover with it, and I'll bring out another video in a little while. So thanks to all my subscribers, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all later.